This Thanksgiving was one of like the first years I think that I really made a choice to spend the time alone. And granted, do not really care about this holiday, but I do think it is a time that you can generally share with family or friends. I just spent 3 weeks traveling around Asia with my mom and like seeing family, which was so lovely, but also just needed space to myself, to decompress and kind of like recenter myself. But to that end, I was reflecting on something that I'm really thankful for, which is our gaming book club, Pixels and Prose, where we analyze narrative-driven games through a literary and artistic lens. Over on Discord, if you'd like to join us, I think we're probably gonna hit like 2,000 people soon, which I think is crazy. Our, purpose is to look at narrative-driven games that are usually solo games, like ones that you play alone. And I love co-op games too. I think they have their time and place, but as we look at stories, I've been thinking about how games are so unique in the story experience and the experience of the art, where it is the only like medium that requires the person who's experiencing it to participate actively, to push the plot forward, and that you and me are going to have wildly different experiences of some games, like say like Baldur's Gate, our first run, or Souls games, where like your actions are really determined by like, how risky you're willing to be or how good you are at combat. It's made me think of like, are these experiences truly something that can be enjoyed in community the same way that like say film or novels can? Like if you join a book club, you all read the same book, you all got the exact story that the author or director wanted you to have. Versus games, these developers are planning for you to have a unique experience, to like have your own play style, your own like way of consuming narrative. And I think that is so beautiful, but also begs the question of like, are these communal experiences? So I'm curious what you think. If I had to get like a little serious and you answer this question, what is a moment in a solo game, right, that made you feel the most profoundly lonely and yet paradoxically when you shared the moment with friends, like online or in person in our book club, Pixels and Prose, it made you feel more connected to your community? Like, did you ever have a moment in a game like that? And I think for me, that was probably the ending of Expedition 33, honestly. I think that choice was... I'm very grateful for you all, and I'm sorry for being a little MIA while I was traveling, but I am so glad to be back with our read of the month, Disco Elysium. We are actually doing a fun live event soon. Join us on Discord to learn more.